Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? No. And I don't think you do either. Ooh, it's a hydration situation where the locker room comes to life. X's and O's meets the I's and U's. Go to projecttransition.org right there. Yeah, right there. Help educate and empower the itty bitties, the underserved through exposure and experiences. $5 a month. Damn, help the itty bitties out. Y'all know what to do. Become a gym member. All right. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? No. And I don't think you do either, Asia Wilson. So, a viral clip that happened in June hit the waves, and I ain't do a video on it. I was like, man, I already did that video just with different characters. Well, this character won't go away. So now, since it won't go away, let's go to it. So let's not waste any time and get into this fine clip about privilege, white privilege and black privilege.
Us as black women, Paige reminds me a lot of you. Like, you say you're not really about me. And she knows how her privilege has gotten her to that point. And also, like, she's good at basketball, obviously. But, like, she understands her privilege. It's like what pushes her over the top in a sense. It reminds me a lot of you. And I mean, that's a compliment.
It's so much bad wrong with this. There's so much hell in here. There's so much evil just laced in here, but let's have some fun. First of all, I'm gonna break that down, right? I'm gonna go get that. When you gotta end everything you just said with, and that's a compliment, I know that you just laced that with some negativity, some hatred. Like, what the funk are you talking about? Okay, so I'm here to set the record straight because I am Marcellus Vernon Wiley. From Compton, California, grew up off of Slauson, Edgemar, before the Slauson Boys, Rolling 60 neighborhood. Traveled through LA, lived off of Maine, lived off of Broadway, lived off Ruth Ellen. Just me. I had two superpowers. My superpowers were I wanted to be great in school and great in sports. That was it. And I knew I had superpowers because I hit the ground running. I was very talented as a youngster. If you're a young talent, you're going to hit the ground running. If you're fast, you're going to hit the ground running. I was a great athlete, but even more, I was intellectually curious. I would go in class. I was the nerd. I was the punk. I was the sissy. I was the F word. I was everything because I did things a different way. I was a 5-year-old that was golfing in Compton. I did things a different way. I was in the academic decathlon. I was in the double dutch contest. I was a national typewriting champion. I am not bragging, y'all. I'm here to tell y'all what I was. Simply that. Because all those things were met with headwinds. All those things were met with people talking crazy to me, trying to get me off of that square, trying to get me off of that, out of that lane. What you doing, you little punk? Why your backpack so full? Trying to punk me. A lot of people look just like me doing that too, being real. Obviously proximity crimes, but also obviously a lot of self-hate within every race. And that was my race. My people was hating on me. Shooting up places I was, shooting not at me, but bullets going by me. I wasn't a perfect kid either. I used to steal, especially in high school. T-shirts and batteries and film, I used to steal it. Didn't need it. I grew up on welfare, food stamps. Playing ball, running track, set national records, national champions in track. And I started to notice something. The people were treating me different. Now, they didn't treat me different because of who I was. Not who I really was, because most people don't get to know who you really are. They didn't treat me different because of my color. I didn't deal with racism. You know how they was treating me different? Because I was accomplishing things. See, in this world right now, they teach these kids that you're only valuable when you achieve. Project Transition, what I've learned is you're valuable just because you breathe. That's how you start to place value on your life and your goals, and you start to respect others. Without that, you're heading for a dead end. Achievement is not the only value in this life. It adds to your value. You're already valuable just by breathing. I knew that, but I also noticed all this extra love I was getting. Going to Columbia, not on scholarship. They don't give out athletic scholarships. On grants, academic scholarship. playing football at a school that was literally considered the worst football program in the country until Prairie View took its title. 44 straight losses, I should say, at Columbia. 44 straight losses. They wish they were wins. I'm in, as they would say, a white man's world, right? You go to Columbia, you go to Ivy League, there are third, fourth, fifth generation students who are sitting there with money. I ain't talking about, oh, I got a couple dollars. I'm not talking about, oh, I got a car. I'm talking about, oh, we're billionaires. Yeah. Kid came to school in a helicopter. Yeah. And I'm around that. And that's when it really started to hit me, because they were treating me better than even them. Oh, because you're the star athlete. Yeah, at the worst school to be a star athlete in. Be a star athlete at, right? What you talking? This ain't Bama, boy. I'm at Columbia. Most people that ever came to one of our games, 13,000. Most. The most. Come on, y'all. But I'm still getting treated way better than everybody else. I earned it. I earned that privilege. Asia Wilson, she earned it. She earned the privilege to be the best basketball player for the women in the WNBA. She earned so much privilege that she can talk now to white women and tell them about other white women and sitting courtside that Paige Beckers, she understands her privilege. You do too. Patting them on the head. And they stuck because Paige didn't hear it. Probably caught the clip in her own privacy and was like, what the funk she talking about? Kelsey's just sitting there like dumbfounded, like, you ever be in those situations where you're like, this is going to be way heavier if I confront it. This is going there. This is going to get deep. And I'm sitting here courtside eating a hot dog, trying to look cute. First of all, I ain't got to try hard. She fine. Just chilling. Fuck you talking about? What? A privileged conversation right now? So she just let her slide. She let her pass. But we're going to break it down. You're going to see she wasn't feeling all that. And her homegirl in the middle wasn't feeling all that either. Another baller. So, without further ado, we'll get back to the privilege conversation. But privilege is earned, y'all. I get it. Y'all think it's given. And for those who think it's given, what I didn't tell you about my story is I also helped raise two people. My grandmother had a side hustle. She used to help raise people because she worked at the hospital. One was a war veteran, Uncle John, old white man. Used to bang on this banister every day because he needed some food. He wanted some company. Bam, bam, bam. It was all out here, bam, bam, bam. Walk back there. What's up, Uncle John? What you doing? He couldn't even get out the bed. War veteran. He finally passes away. We get another patient, Aunt Gloria, old white woman. Tell you these stories. Why? Do you understand the complexities? You understand the contrast of narrative when you're growing up on welfare, Compton, South Central? Everybody tell you about the big bad wolf out there, and everybody tell you about the man, and everybody talking about white people and white privilege now. I didn't even hear about white privilege growing up. Now it's a thing. It's all right. But I just knew that everybody told me, look out for the white people. And I was like, what? These people? The ones I take care of? Look out for them? What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about? Let's get into this. Let's go.
Us as black women, Paige reminds me a lot of you.
Honestly, first of all, what did Andre say? If you say real talk, I probably don't trust you. If you say honestly, I'm already like, I think you might be on some BS, but go ahead. As black women, I mean, look, Asia, come on now. Now I gotta cut you. As black women, what do you mean as black? I see you and I see another woman there who ain't gonna say a word. She got one word she got for you. And she looking down like, oh, this girl, she about to hit her with the Salaikum Salam. Sharif, get your Salaikum Salam butt off the cooler and pass me a motherfucking brew. Remember that moment? This is this moment.
Like, you say you're not really about me. And she knows how her privilege has gotten her to that point.
Logically, we have went nowhere. I'm talking about, Like, your summation of everything we're saying right now is, All we got was Kelsey to say, a lot like me, like, okay, white baller. Like, what else you got?
And also, like, she's good at basketball, obviously. But, like, she understands her privilege. It's like what pushes her over the top.
She's a good basketball player, but she understands that her privilege gets her over the top, in a sense. What's she trying to say? Because she ain't saying it. Isn't it amazing if you're going to really go there and say somebody is great or has greatness because of their privilege? You can't even say it. Be eloquent. Be articulate. Be direct. What Kendrick say? Take flight. Take direct. Make a direct flight. You talking in circles on something you trying to stand on square with. Come on. I say it for you. You trying to say that she a baller, but she got way more love because she white. And she got white fans. Well, the logical steps in that is simple. If you're white and there are more white people, you have a chance to have more white fans because on top of everything that you accomplish as a great player, there's a familiarity, right? There's a rooting interest. And we all know there's all racial rooting interests, right? Intra, as they say. I'm rooting for mine. Like me, I love rap, but I love LA rappers. I love rap, but I love Compton rappers. I know, I get it. But say it. Stop being a punk. Stop being a punk.
It reminds me a lot of you. And I mean, that's a compliment.
I don't want to hear that again, do I? Is there any parts in there left? Oh, my goodness. Whew. And look, I've never met Asia Wilson in my life. Love to, because she's the best basketball player in the WNBA, but at the same time, what are you talking about? So you know how the internet brought this story back. And the internet also keeps those receipts. Internet about that life, y'all. And so they started to show us different images and pictures because there's this whole thing, narrative, that poor, black. Inner city, black. Plight, black. We heard it with Ryan Clark talking about, oh, yeah, you know, my daddy had 3 jobs and my mama was the only, working. And when she was home, making sure we all good. And she worked 18 hours a day. And I'm listening to the whole story like, that ain't just black people. I know you've lived long enough and well enough to travel enough to know that ain't just your people that got plight, okay? So let's miss me with story. So then, I don't need no story. Watch this. Why? He's stupid. Why was Tracy McGrady up there? Oh, he a baller. Top baller, too. Okay. Now, here go the receipts. I'm just looking at this picture like, what's this? Wait a minute. Oh, is that Paige Beckers? And her dad? Okay. Where's mama? We'll get to it. Oh, is that Asia Wilson? And her dad and mom? Good. Cosby Show ain't the only ones. Damn it. Then you pull out of it, and then you realize, uh-oh, let's make this bigger. The irony is that Asia grew up privileged with both parents and went to a private school, even though I wish that having both parents wasn't a privilege, but that kind of is now. Paige was raised by a single father and went to Hopkins High, which is a public school. You can't make this shit up. And that's what I want to talk about in conclusion. Because I'm a walk-in defying stereotype in many ways, good and bad. I can't play a lick of basketball, but I will always be drafted first when I walk on the court. I suck, and I'm proud of it too. You know why? Because I don't work on it, damn it. Be a damn adult. Want to be great at something just because I'm big and I can run. Fool, do you work at it? No, so I'm not good at basketball, and I'm fine with it. I defy stereotypes. Like I said, I was 5 years old defying them. I was golfing. I don't know why that was even because there was only Calvin Pete out there and then a couple of rich people like Smokey Robinson. Well, oh well, add me to the list. What you doing double dutching? Is you a little punk? You a punk? No, I got fast feet, fool. These girls ain't the only ones. Hey, why you in the spelling bee in the academic decathlon? Don't you supposed to be at practice? Yeah, I'm going to practice after this. Matter of fact, I'm about to be valedictorian and MVP. You got problems? What box you trying to put me in? Only box you put me in is no box, etc. You get the point? Oh, I'm from Compton. I'm from South Central. Oh, I ain't got a hard bone in my body, homie. But I dare you to test me. I'll knock you. Wow. No punk. No punk. Never fighting, though, but no punk. And I ain't alone. People come up to me all the time. Yesterday, I was in Chipotle, and this kid came up to me. He said, and he's shaking. He left his phone. He was like, I was so excited to say hi to you. I left my phone. I was like, it's okay, big dog. He said, I just want to tell you, man, I really love you. I could tell how good you are. I've been following you. But the point was, he said, because you say it like it really is, and people ain't saying that. I hear that all the time. So let me say it like it is. There is a population of people, whether they're white and they want to bow to their affluence. It happened at Columbia. All those rich kids wanted to be down, wanted to be cool. And the way they thought to be down and cool was to act like they wasn't rich and affluent. I was like, dog, you think I want to hear more war stories? You think I want to hear more Dre and Snoop? I want to hear about the helicopter ride to campus, brother. Different strokes. Arnold and Willis. Like, I want to hear about that. You want to hear on them about how I got shot at. And so that was the white people. Here's the black people that came from well off. Oh, I got to act like, I got to act like real hard. I got to act like I'm for the people. I got to act like I'm down. You are if you are. You ain't if you ain't. It's okay. What you talking about? Why you faking it? So it's funny. I've seen this type before where they grew up in good situation. Went to a private school, 20,000 plus. My kids are going to private school. Ain't nothing. You think my kids gonna bow down to you because they ain't go through the trials and tribulations I went through? They're gonna have their own set. They're gonna be different, but they ain't have to get shot at like that. They ain't have to go get jacked. They ain't have to know what this meant from this meant. And you think I'm gonna make them say, you don't know the black experience. Miss me. So A'ja Wilson gets into a moment where she is the best basketball player on the planet for women, sitting courtside, and is going to literally tell another white woman who can ball too about another white woman who's coming to ball that, I got here because, I had to go through it. Y'all get here and then get more love because y'all white. You know how insulting that is? That's hilarious. And this is why A'ja Wilson before Caitlin Clark, they ain't had them charter planes with you being the best basketball player on the planet. The likability wasn't there. You ain't got the same level of likability because this ain't the first time we've heard this. Be who you are. Be a baller. That's why you didn't get the shoe deal, even though you said you turned it down, whatever it may be. The shoe deal happened after Caitlin Clark. The charter came after. You can say, oh, that's white privilege. That's the story we tell ourselves. You could be a little distorted in that. You could be deluded to thinking that. But the reality is, not authentic. Be authentic. People can see through that. I wish someone would have came up to me as they were trying and really thought they were getting somewhere by telling me I had to live out a certain story of the black experience. When I think it's a 360, just like I think it is for white. There are people with white privilege. There are people with black privilege. Raise your hand. I got it. Oh, I got it. Do you know how many lines I cut and I don't even try to cut them? Hey, Wiley, come here. You know how many times I get security? I ain't even asked for security. Oh, we got you. Do you want me to go through the list of stuff on the daily that happens to me? Little old me, retired limping ass defensive end. And you the best basketball player on the planet trying to act like, well, it was hard. And her privilege is what getting her up. I've seen it happen the most with class and race. When people are rich, they want to act poor. When people are poor, they certainly want to floss and act rich. And I've seen it with race. You want to stick to the script, especially my people. Man, leave that plight narrative alone if that ain't your plight. It's all right. It ain't MJ's. It ain't Araya's. It ain't Olivia's. It ain't Maracas. It ain't my itty bitties. And we are proud of it. What y'all fighting for? What y'all trying to do if that ain't what you're trying to get done? So I totally disagree with everything AJ said, and I wish we lived in a world where Kelsey be like, hey, I know we not supposed to talk about this right now, but what you talking about? Or be a real teammate like I would have been. Like, man, shut up, stupid ass. What you talking about? Something like that would have been better. But, you know, you get boxed in, you boxed in. But the only box I'm going to be in is no box. All right, y'all, let me know what y'all think about AJ Wilson's old comments that are now new again because the internet keeps receipts. And Paige Beckers, is she just a pure baller or she got privilege? Kelsey Plum, is she a pure baller? She got privilege. Caitlin Clark, is she a pure baller? She got privilege. Privilege. Hey, no, you think race, you have never played sports and opened your eyes if you think race matters in sports. I give a fuck. Them white kids that were running and got second place, third place when we were running for the Nationals from Iowa and from Chicago, they were white. That big old white dude, I remember he was 12. I was like, damn, he big. Little kid from Iowa, damn, he quick. Come on, y'all. Let's miss me with that. Beat it up in the comments. Let me do it. Go to projecttransition.org, become a gym member. Go blah, blah.